Good morning. Welcome to the Obachanchatter. I'm here today to review for you the movie 6888. It was released on Christmas Day. No, the 24th on Netflix. It's a Netflix flick. There's nothing on them. It's a Tyler Perry production. So we ain't gonna know nothing about the money, what he spent on the budget, and what he got at box offices. Never show that. The movie is 127 minutes. It's released on December 25th on Netflix. It was filmed in the United States, although it looked like it was filmed in his studios, although they did a lot of green screen because it looked like they was in Europe for real for me. So anyway, how I feel about this, I felt like I like the history of knowing about the women who were um, inspirational or aspirational, and being in the army during that time of racism. I can imagine it would be hard to fight for a country who doesn't respect you, or the men in your family, or think you're a second class citizen. You go over there and you fight. So anyway, I don't like how it started because the main character, who's Lena DeMar something, but I know her first name Lena. I don't know the last name. She was too wimpy for me. She didn't seem. She seemed more. I'm gonna say on the clear girl side. She was just too demure. I know back then the women were real demure. It was the things that caught me off was that first of all, it's a white dude. They go to school together. It's a white dude driving around a black girl in the 50s or 40s, whatever it is, in the early 50s. And she riding in the back and he up in the front. And they talking and laughing. And they didn't go for that shit back then in them days. And then she lived with her mother and her mother and her grandmother, her mother's mother. I think it's her mother's mother. Apparently her father went to get some milk one day, Lena's father, and he never come back. So Lena's grown now. She's like 17, 18 years old. And the grandmother is like, who this white dude he keep bringing you home? She's like, oh, he's just somebody I'm in school with. And she was like, no, I think it's somebody you really like. And they do really like each other. And the mother and the grandmother work for this white boy family, has been for years. Him and this little girl have known each other. This boy named Abram. Abram? Yeah, and Lena have known each other all their lives because their parents have worked for his family. So, like, they housekeepers and shit. So the boy decided that the war is bad, so they drafted and shit, and he want to go. So he telling her he going, and she don't want him to go, but he going, and he gonna be a pilot, and he gonna be fine. So it's like his last night there. They gave his family gave him a party before he left with all his friends and shit, and all their friends. And she there too, Lena, but she's working. Her parents are working. They catered the party. So he tried to steal a moment with her. Of course, nobody likes her because it's the white boy who got money and he likes the black girl. So the white girls ain't really feeling her. So the thing that really got me though is there's nothing wrong with interracial relationships, but back then that was even crazy because the guy that she was in love with, that she went to school with, was Jewish and she black. So the mama tried to tell him, grandmother, don't encourage that shit. Get her to go with a Negro boy. And she was like, girl, she young, just let her do her thing. But you want nobody living like that. I don't think you could marry. I think you had to go for this dude and this woman to get married, a black guy and a white woman. I think they had to go to court or something to get permission to be married. So they was playing that too soft. So anyway, she go the boy leave and he been gone for a couple of months and she looking for mail because he gave her a ring. His ring told her to hold it. You know that love story shit. And he was like, I'm gonna come back to you. And she was like, okay, I'm gonna be here waiting for you. And that probably was true back then in the day because we were so demure. So couple months went by, she ain't heard nothing. Then she finally hears something that comes from his father, the guy, Abram's father. While she away at school or something, he comes to the house and he leaves a letter for her, and the letter is that he's dead. And she real messed up about it because he told her he was gonna write her. He been gone for like 2.5 months and he never seen nothing. So meanwhile, she wake up one day and she just tell her people she joined in the army. Because I think she joined the army so she can go find her man, even though he is dead. I believe he buried over there. So her family ain't cool with, but she doing the army. But she too, no cursing, no drinking. Ain't never had a drink. Ain't never had, boring. I mean, clean cut girl. So she joined, of course, when she joins other clean cut women like her, and then there's some real country ones. It's a band of women that join together, all of them with personalities like 7 or 8 of them. They become real good friends. They go to boot camp, and boot camp is in Georgia. And Kerry Washington is their commanding officer, and she is a biatch, but she a bitch, but in a good way. I didn't really like her at first, but as the movie progresses, you see a personality of herself, and it's just the same old rhetoric. They in there, they black people, they getting treated the worst. The white women soldiers is the smartest and this and that, but they give the white women soldiers a battalion thing to do, which is nothing but fuck with some male, and they can't do it. So by the time they get to Kerry Washington, they ain't giving them no orders. None of these bitches know how to march and shoot and climb and drag and all types of shit. But they won't give her no orders. They're keeping her there, and all of everybody taking pictures of them and shit. You know, the clown trying to find shit where they can be clowning them and stuff, right? So they doing better than the white women, but they're not getting no orders. So finally, just to fuck with them, they get them something to do. Ain't nobody getting no mail. This woman sits outside. Some woman got sons, 2 sons that's in the army. She ain't heard from them in 3 years. She don't know what to do. She writing, she not hearing nothing. She writing Congress, she writing her senator. So she say, "Fuck it, I'm gonna go to D.C. and I'm gonna go to Roosevelt House myself." She go stay out. She hang outside the Eleanor House for like a week in the snow and the rain. She don't leave. She stay there all day. And finally, this bitch ask her what's going on, and she find out. And what it is that nobody has been receiving or sending mail in over like 10 months, and they have hangers and hangers of cookies and clothes and socks and letters and and all kinds of shit in all these hangars on this airfield where they ain't been delivering no mail. So they tell this they send what you calling them out there, the black, the six triple eight. They send them during World War II on a ship with no escorts. It's American ship, right? In this World War II. They ain't got no escorts. Immediately when they ain't never been on no ship. Immediately when they get off, they gotta walk, march through the town, and then they put them on a base where it's an old grammar school or college thing. It's all fucked up. It's dirty. It's trash. It's no heat. It's none of that shit. And they have 17 million pieces of mail to deliver. They gave them 6 months. But lo and behold, this Tyler Perry, and we black, we did that shit in less than 90 days. They did such a, and then the whole time they was doing these, getting rid of this mail, they were still trying to sabotage them, writing to Washington saying they ain't getting mail, saying shit is fucked up. But during this whole time this mail thing is going on, they're trying to figure out what's happening to the troops. And what's happening to the troops is the morale is low because these motherfuckers ain't got no mail. And at first, Kerry Washington, she was like, I don't want to live with no goddamn mail. But something happened in the story would make her feel like the mail is important. We all know when we don't, we got this all the social media shit now. But back then in the day, getting a letter from your mother, a birthday card, a Christmas card, a postcard from anybody that you love that's away from home make you feel good. So eventually movies start progressing. You start seeing them do all this shit. And then all of a sudden, they sent them to France to straighten out that mail issue. So these women were instrumental. And the best part of the movie to me is when I think they was leaving. The battalion was leaving, and they was walking through the airport or something in Europe. And some dudes, how it had to be them because it wasn't nothing but the whole battalion full of number of black women. Somebody said, "Hey, are you the 6 AAA?" And she said, "Yes, yes, we are." And the motherfuckers stood to attention. And as she was looking around, they all was looking like, "What the fuck?" These white, even the white dude that hate Kerry Washington saluted her. So, it was just real touching. Like I said, that other shit, the Jewish dude and her going over there, all the way over there to find him in his grave, because they had some girls died and shit. I done told y'all too much of the movie. Did I like it? I liked it. I don't like Tyler Perry, though. I'm just going to tell you. I liked it. I think it could have been, I guess it was as real as it could be, because they was fucking with them girls, them women, like crazy. They just doing stupid shit, sending a chaplain there to give a Sunday sermon about how evil women is and what they was doing, but they sent the chaplain in on the day that she had to sponsor a USO thing for the black soldiers. Like they made her do a bunch of shit that was not in her job description, and they still ain't giving her no orders. You know what she did? She gave her own self orders, and she got rid of that goddamn chaplain. So listen, I done told y'all too much of the movie. I would watch it. It's like 127 minutes. Like I said, it was filmed in the United States, and you can find it on Netflix. Could have been anywhere, but you was here with me, and I'm glad that you are. Bye now.